Hi everyone, my name is Christian Derby and I've run our Cuban sister church mission for the past 15 years. We have 3 sister churches in rural Cuba that we help support in many ways, and here's an update on what we've been up to. After about a decade of construction happening bit by bit, the churches are almost finished. The big church looks amazing as you're about to see, and the 2 smaller churches are 95% completed and thriving. Most important is money for food programs on Sundays for the elderly and children. For many, this will be the only source of protein they receive all week. The program currently has 500 people being fed each week. All Cuban families are issued a libreta or little book. Cuba knows that most people can't afford food on the open market, so they have peso stores where there is supposed to be food available at subsidized rates and rationed by family size and age of members of the family. The problem is that there is almost nothing there besides rice and sugar. No eggs, meat, beans, vegetables, or milk. Cubans have to barter on the black market for their food, and pastors and missionaries have nothing to barter with. We are also focusing on clean water. Water in rural Cuba is delivered by an oxen-pulled cart in a rusty tank and held in a cistern. It's dirty and unhealthy. Several pastors and some children got really sick this past summer because of the water, and it's not uncommon. So we have since installed industrial water filtration systems for all 3 churches. Clean water is now available to anyone in the 3 communities, and it brings people to the churches. This will be a continuing need as the replacement filters and UV lights are expensive. Transportation to the church is another focus. Many of you have no idea what people go through just to get to services on Sundays. No one has a car in the rural areas. There isn't even a place to park a car at the churches, and for the 2 little churches, a car couldn't get there anyway. People walk, ride bikes, take a horse, or hop in a big truck like this one at dawn when available. Pastor Jorge at La Esperanza, one of the small churches and very difficult to access, has been picking up over 30 people each Sunday, about 5 at a time, using our super horse Estrella. This is over 30 miles each Sunday for her, and as you may have heard, she is pregnant. She will continue to help the missionaries get to their missions while she can, but she no longer needs to work as hard because we were able to provide a tractor and a large people-moving cart that will hold up to 40 people. To offset expenses, Jorge will rent the tractor during the week to the workers in the sugarcane fields, and Estrella will have time to raise her foal. Also, electricity continues to be a major problem. Gas is $9 a gallon, and the government can't afford to keep the lights on. They shut off the power for up to 12 hours a day. This happened on Christmas Day to the big church just before the service, and Pastor Julio told us that he didn't want to preach his prepared sermon because he was so frustrated and dejected. Therefore, we have started a solar energy project there and have purchased lithium batteries, panels, and a smart inverter that can charge the batteries with current or sun. The smaller churches are still using the generators that we purchased for them last year, and as they don't pull as much power, they work well for now. We also sponsored a dinner with the leaders of the 3 churches, and there were some games so that everyone could get to know each other better. And of course, Silvana won one of them, I'm pretty sure it was rigged, and her prize was the heart of the pig we ate. They knew this would be funny, but they didn't know that Silvana doesn't like to know how the sausage is made. The whole idea was that they were giving their hearts to us for all the support we provided over the past couple decades, and we assured them that we give them our hearts as well in prayer. Yes, it was a little gross, but very heartfelt and awesome watching Silvana's diplomacy. Finally, I want to quote James 2:15-17. Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes or daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. I encourage you to take action so that those that don't yet know Jesus Christ can be led to Him through your acts using the blessings that God has bestowed upon you all. We all have something to give, be it time, money, or prayers. The photos you see are of a family and their idols. They're a perfect example of needing both spiritual and literal food. They worshiped these idols for 50 years, but Pastor Yunasi introduced them to Jesus, fed them spiritually, and they have left their life of idolatry for our Savior. This is what we as a church support through all the missions here today. Take action in His name. This is what He commissioned us to do. God bless, and thank you.